So now that we know that the problems in relationship happen because it was supposed to be between two equals, and one part of the group decided to try and control the relationship. And truly speaking, this is not just a problem with men. In relationships, all of us want to control our relationship. Anyone who says that I'm going to be in a part of a relationship and I don't want to control it, they are not probably being completely true. Deep down, we all want to be in charge of things, right? Which then includes our relationships also. Men just were able to do it because they had the first access to resources then. Today, the reverse at times happens. So, for example, when we talk about women empowerment, while the movement is driven towards equality, certain people also use it as a way to control their relationship, right? There are actually cases where women would file cases against men, not because there was something that was wrong being done by the men, but because that's a way of showing how much power they have in the relationship, right? So there is also potential for the movement to go the other way around, and obviously not all women do that, but there are few women who do try to attempt that. So we have to kind of be careful about that, and it's important for us to remember, because it's not about the men or the women, it's about our inherent need to control the relationship, right? Now that becomes one of the primary conflict areas in a relationship. Are we clear till here? Now, in the classical sense, when we spoke about men and women, you remember I said that the it was because of division of labor, and both of them were given certain set of work. Based on the work that they were supposed to do, there were certain behavioral patterns that were defined for men and women. Can anyone tell me what those behavioral patterns were?
So man was supposed to be more outgoing and more powerful, whereas a woman was supposed to be more the caregiver. So on the softer side, perhaps.
And
So,
like
so
men
men were
don't
supposed to be
they
head ruled and
Yes.
heart ruled. Would that be correct?
Yes.
What else?
Men be more vocal than the women.
Women. Or
in
vocal
different
outside and vocal inside, or maybe.
front
Okay.
seat, back seat, we can say.
Or what they spoke about in general. Women were only allowed to speak about home-related stuff or the caregiving kind of thing, whereas men were able to talk about, were allowed to talk about other things as well.
So they would make decisions based on analysis,
Mhm.
and women were expected to make decisions based on feelings. Yes? No?
Yes.
So men were not allowed to express emotions, like men don't cry.
Correct. So again, they were more head ruled.
Yeah.
They were expected to be analysis oriented and not emotions oriented. Women, on the other hand, were expected to be emotion oriented. They were not expected to be analysis oriented.
Okay.
Men were expected to do the hard labor, whereas women were expected to, I think, not for hard labor.
So fetch for resources, manage resources. Women were also expected to seek commitment. Whereas men were supposed to avoid commitment. Again, the reason is simple. Men were the ones who were going and arranging for resources. So because they had control of the resources, their need for official commitment was less. Women, on the other hand, because of the system that we were in, were dependent on the men for collecting resources. So obviously commitment became more important for them because they wouldn't get the resources if there was no committed partner to bring the resources for them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes? Perfect. Now, because men were supposed to avoid commitment, they would expect to look for space in a relationship. Women, on the other hand, were expected to look for proximity. And this is how the stereotypes about men and women have been, right?
And can we also say that maybe men were, I should say, more outgoing, and therefore they were not expected to, adjust, whereas women were expected to adjust to the circumstances?
I don't think rigid is the right word, but that's probably the closest that I can think of right now. It's like once I've said something, I've said something. They were not really expected to listen unless they wanted to. Women, on the other word, were expected to listen even if they did not want to. A simple example would be extramarital affairs. For women, if they were to have an affair, the way society would look at them, call them, term them would be really, really difficult to handle. For men, it was like, हाँ तो आदमी है ना, expected है. You will have to find a way around it. So women were, even in places where women were expected to be right, they were expected to adjust. Which was the irony that the society would go and tell the women, you are right. पर तुम समझदार हो ना, वो तो वैसा ही है. Now, the classification between men and women is what is also a source of problem. Because technically, it's unfair to say that all men are like this, and it's unfair to say that all women are like this. That's what they were expected to be. Right? But there are always exceptions. There are women who may be head ruled, who make decisions based on based on analysis, who want to go out and fetch resources, who want their own space, who are not really interested in commitment, maybe more set up in their own ways. And the reverse is also true in case of men, that there are men who may be heart ruled, who may make decisions based on feelings, who may be more interested in organizing resources than arranging it. Right? Who are more seeking commitment and so on. So the second source of conflict was expected behavior patterns from a classical point of view. In this equation, it was generally considered men are wrong, but women have to adjust. Right? So the source of problem would be the men, but the responsibility to make the relationship work was women. But is it fair to say that every time it's the man who is wrong and every time it's the woman who has to adjust?
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Right? So the idea is it's not whether one person is right or one person is wrong. What really was happening was that when one person wants more space, the other person's need for commitment or proximity increases. And when one person seeks too much of commitment or too much of proximity, the other person's need for space increases. And that's how we actually go into extremes. Make sense till here? Now, the moment one person starts, let's say, seeking more proximity and the other person starts wanting more space, the more space the second person wants, the more proximity the first person wants. So now what's happening is, they were here, this person seeks more proximity, this person is running away for space. Closer this person tries to go, the further away this person tries to run away. Till this person holds back, and then this person comes back to homeostasis कि अच्छा ठीक है मुझे मेरा space मिल रहा है. Yes, till here? Which then means this equation between need for proximity and need for space becomes another primary source of concern in a relationship. Yes? Perfect. Any questions still here?
Can you just explain it a little more? Please?
So have you noticed how in the relationship till both partners are in that initial phase where they are courting each other, because they're not spending too much time together. When they're together, they're very happy, and when they're not together, they are still happy. Because the person who wants proximity is getting proximity when they're together, and the person who wants space gets space when they are not together. The moment there's a commitment in the relationship and the two people start spending a lot of time together, that's where the relationship starts going for a toss. Because now one person is getting the proximity that they want, but the other person is not getting the space that they want. Now, because they're not getting the space, they start creating space. And the moment they start creating space, the person who wants proximity now starts feeling there's something wrong. My partner doesn't want to spend as much time with me. So they start insisting for more time. And the more they insist for time, the more the other person insists for space.
Space, right.
Right? So that equation, that imbalance between need for proximity and need for space is where a lot of relationships also start getting torn apart. Right? Good till here?
Yeah. There's a lot of noise coming there that is distracting.
एक second. It's better now. Now.
Sir, a request. Basically, I'm from engineering background, just pursued MS psychology. So if it is possible, थोड़ा तो concept थोड़े और clear हो जाते. If it is comfortable for everybody, not compulsion basically.
आप बोलिए अगर कोई question है आपके पास, you can ask the question, I'll answer.
Yes sir.
हाँ.
Yes.
So अगर आपको कहीं पे भी लगता है कि there is a particular topic जहाँ पे आपको और clarity चाहिए, please feel free to ask and I'll answer. That's okay.
Okay sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure. अभी तक are we all clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.